We are here, we are here, we are here on this amazing day. Okay, everyone, this is Cam Jones, FX Daily Analysis, and we are marking up AUD, NZD. We are on a monthly time frame. Price action, last candle to the right hand side is a bearish red candle. We do have price action overall, lower lows. Price action overall, higher highs, midpoint. Also adding second level lows and also adding third level lows. So let's zoom the price and see what's currently going on. So price action, monthly time frame, bearish red candle, bearish red doji. Price came back to retest. So current price is sitting at 1.09572. So if price decides to identify that break and retest and push up further, we are looking for price to head up to that midpoint of that second last candle, nearing the numbers of 1.12203. Before making it there, it can tag the numbers nearing 1.11060. And if price wants to reach that overall high of price action pushing up further, it can tag that highest peak of that area of 1.14294. Now, if price decides to break through this area and identify this as a break to retest and it pushes down further with the bearish red candle, we are looking for price to head down to the previous area of support, which would be the nearer the numbers of 1.07273. And before making it there, it can tag the numbers nearing 1.08496. So price action is in that midpoint of that area. So if price action decides to work its way up further, coming from multiple pushes to that bottom of that support for that market to push up, just paying attention to what's going on at the area right below price. And we do have that pattern of double bottoms, first, second, third, fourth. Anything that's within that left side of this area, you're going to see a whole bunch of W's as well, maybe some M's, but everything within that area left hand side is consolidation. And this is the breakout. So we have a double bottom, market broke, it came back to retest, and just worked its way sideways, hanging out at the bottom. So it can identify a break, a retest, and a push, or market can continue to consolidate sideways, or we'll have that market broke to opposite side retest area, broke through the support, retest the support, which is the same as the price action candles, a retest of the midpoint of that SR line of red. And if you put a zone around it, we'll see the difference. But it's retesting, it can push down with the following bearish red candle after this. Headed down to the weekly time frame, price action, weekly time frame identifying as a bullish green doji, push up to the top. Second last candle, bullish green doji. Third last candle, bearish red candle, push down to the bottom. So we have price action, midpoint. We have a low, we have a high, market broke, came back to return, broke the opposite side, retest. So it's on the bottom side of the SR line. If it follows up the bearish red candle, it's work its way down further. It may drop down further. There's a few things why, but we have to still look at the market. There's a lot of patterns inside patterns. We did see the overall break and retest that can push that market up. If we receive an engulfment of that third to last candle, market can work its way up. Unless it's third to last candle to the downside, market can work its way down. Also, price action wick, second last candle wick, third last candle wick is all in that resistance line. So we are creating that pattern, connecting the bottom of that support to the top. So market's in a wedge pattern. So and also we know it's consolidating, and we notice that price action wicks can get higher than the previous wicks. So market's working its way for a tight consolidation within that wedge pattern before the breakout to the top side or breakout to the bottom side. Headed down to the daily time frame, price action daily time frame, identifying the break of the opposite side. We have the retest. Now we're looking for that market to see if it's going to identify a bearish red candle to push its way down. And it also can, because that third last candle has lost a lot of momentum to that top side. So it's saying that is exhaustion to that resistance. So it could be dropping down to further areas at that support. Also is identifying that if we take the price action high, price action low, we grab that midpoint, we can see that the market did what? Break, came back for a full retest, but then still consolidated sideways, because you're looking for the engulfment of the last 3 candles to see if that market's going to push that market down or engulf that third last candle wick, head back to that midpoint area to push that market up. Headed down to the 4-hour time frame. So price action 4-hour time frame reading as a bearish red candle pushed down to the bottom, more like a doji. So it's a weak candle side by side within that second last candle. Price action wick is not below the second last candle wick, so market's having a hard time breaking. And we know we have that resistance to that top side because market came from that break and retest, so it's consolidating in there until we see an engulfment to the top of that price action, headed to the midpoint of that second last candle, or to the bottom side of that price action wick and third last candle. And also we can see that overall wedge pattern that's in that area. So patterns inside patterns. Also we can see a W, first, second, third, fourth retest. You know it's hanging at the bottom side. Market could be dropping down further. But if this price action second last candle is unrespected for these lost momentum of the wicks, market could come up. We'll see that the price action enters the opposite side. If not, it will just be identifying as what? First, second, third, fourth, retest, market push down. Price action currently a retest, and it can push down further, coming from an overall double top of that structure, or so I should say single top and a double retest. Headed down to the 3-hour time frame. Same as well, so we can see we're going to add that wedge pattern in nice and tight, so you can see markets bouncing up and down until it fully breaks out or down, or to the upside or downside. Price action bearish bullish green doji, which is hanging out the bottom side of it, so that's the retest. We're going to see if it's going to follow up with a bearish red candle or may consolidate. 2-hour time frame, price action is a bearish red doji pushed down to the bottom, same as the second last candle. Both spiked down to that bottom, but you can see that price action candle having a hard time breaking the previous second last candle wick. And price action body has broken the previous second last candle body, so that market is in a wedge pattern. So we're going to see if it's going to consolidate with a smaller candle side by side, and it did on a 1-hour time frame with a bullish green doji. So that's market consolidating. We have 45 minutes time frame identified as a retest, but what's happening is that we have that midpoint of that overall high low near that midpoint area. Okay, so if market's near the midpoint area, market's identifying the break, the retest is going to push down further, or is identifying making a pattern for that first, second, third, and push up into that zone for that double bottom. Headed down to the 30-minute time frame. We're going backwards, headed back to the 4-hour time frame. The one thing we forgot to put around here is that zone. So major SR line was the red one, so a little bit above, a little bit below. So we know that everything that's moving inside that area is in a zone. Headed down to back to the 30-minute time frame. So we can see that price spiked that zone multiple times, lost momentum, could be working its way back up into that zone area of that low, second level lows of that zone. Headed down to the 15-minute time frame, same as well, consolidation. So we can see that wedge pattern. So there's a wedge pattern drawing itself out. Connect that resistance, connect the support, market keep on bouncing until it start bouncing above the next previous level. Headed down to the 3-minute time frame, start seeing that W forming in that area, first, second, third, fourth. Okay. Headed down to the 1-minute time frame, same as well, standing fine as a retest of first, second, third, fourth, retest. Market pushed up once, trying to break the previous side. So we're looking for the break of that previous side to retest to push that market up further. Okay, guys, very important information. Please study and review Forex pattern cheat sheet, breakout retest strategy. Click on images. Okay, guys, AUD, NZD.